Burn fat faster with this simple diet. Now, you don't actually want to lose weight. You want to lose fat as quickly as is healthfully possible, and at the same time, you don't want to be constantly hungry. Am I right? Now, the two biggest determinants of failure are this: how miserable, hungry, and fatigued you're going to be on the diet, and number two is how much you're going to actually miss eating food. Now, this simple diet I'm going to go through with you is going to alleviate both of these. Just before we get started, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that little notification bell so you never miss when I release a new video or go live. And then when you click that notification bell, select all so you're notified of all videos. Now, most likely all the diets you've ever tried have been calorie restricted diets or semi-starvation diets, which means basically you're going to be hungry and starving all the time. Okay, this is definitely not sustainable long term. So this simple diet is going to optimize the 9 hormones involved in helping you burn fat and not suffer from hunger. I'm going to basically take you through these 9 hormones. We're going to go through them one at a time, and we're going to go through them from most important to least important. The top 3 being the most important. So let's get started. Hormone number 1, insulin. Okay, insulin is your main fat storage hormone. Okay, it's made in the pancreas, in the beta cells, in response to an elevated blood sugar, which causes in turn a spike in insulin. Okay, so spikes in insulin will basically shut off fat burning. So we want to avoid all sugars and anything that turns into sugar. So whether that be a donut, soda, bread, pasta, rice, fruit juice, etc. Okay? So all these spike blood sugar and in turn insulin, and therefore shut off fat burning. So we want to replace these foods with good healthy fats and protein, as well as actually supplementing with magnesium. Okay, it's actually something that I do every single night. Number 2 hormone is leptin. Okay, so leptin is made in fat cells actually, and in the cells of the small intestine. It reduces your appetite and it makes you feel full. So to optimize leptin, you're going to want to avoid inflammatory foods such as grains and vegetable seed oils, those nasty seed oils. Okay, so we want to eat plenty of fatty meats. Okay, keyword is fatty. Okay, so not always all the really lean cuts, but the fatty cuts. And we want to eat fish. Okay, so these foods will actually help to move your leptin in the right direction. Another little optimizer is you want to also get plenty of good sleep to optimize leptin. Hormone number 3, ghrelin. Okay, ghrelin is made also in the cells of the small intestine and in the stomach. Okay, it's a hunger hormone and actually tells your brain, hey, we're hungry, let's eat. So to optimize ghrelin, you're going to want to avoid all sugars, and that ranges all the way from skim milk to tortilla wraps to a donut to a slice of whole wheat bread, as these all turn to sugar. Avoid all grains and bread. Eat plenty of protein and healthy fats. Hormone number 4, cortisol. Okay, cortisol is the stress hormone in the body. Okay, there's multiple stress hormones, but this is the kind of the mother stress hormone, if you want to call it. It does many jobs, and it's not a problem, cortisol, as it may be touted to be, unless it's chronically elevated. So if it is, it's going to cause you to overeat and stress eat and cause you to store more fat. So to optimize cortisol, you are not going to want to restrict calories or eat small portions. Let me repeat that. To optimize cortisol, you are not going to restrict calories or eat small portions. This is stressful to the body and therefore elevates cortisol. Eat plenty of good quality foods and get plenty of good quality sleep. Okay, these will help to decrease the cortisol response, particularly the chronically elevated cortisol response, and get that hormone into the sweet spot. Hormone number 5, estrogen. It's not just a female hormone, as it's made in the ovaries in women and it's actually made in the testicles in men. So it's both a female and a male hormone, albeit females do have more of it. So whether you're a male or a female, if your estrogen is too high, it will cause you to overeat and store more fat. So to optimize estrogen, if you are going to be eating a carbohydrate, try to make sure it's a dark green leafy vegetable or part of the brassica family of vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, all those types of vegetables in that family, or it's contained in a seed or a nut. Also engage in high intensity exercise. Can't emphasize that enough. Make sure you're either lifting heavy things, running fast, playing tennis, or doing something with 100% all out effort. Okay, all of these are going to move estrogen in the right direction towards the sweet spot. Hormone number 6, Neuropeptide Y. This hormone is actually made in the central nervous system, which is concentrated in the brain and the spinal cord, and causes hunger and carb cravings. So not a good thing if we're trying to lose body fat. Now, to optimize Neuropeptide Y, you want to eat good quality proteins and fats and never restrict calories. Okay, I repeat, never restrict calories. If you are calorie restricting or eating small portions, then you are not going to be putting Neuropeptide Y in the sweet spot for maximum fat burning. Also, you want to minimize chronic stressors in your life and get plenty of good sleep so that you lower your stress level, and by doing so, this will help put this hormone exactly where you want it to be to maximize fat burning. Hormone number 7, Glucagon-like peptide 1. This one is also made in the small intestine, as we've seen with other hormones, and it's actually also made in the brainstem. This hormone helps keep your blood sugar level very stable and helps you not feel hungrier than you should. Okay, so to optimize Glucagon-like peptide 1, we want to eat plenty of protein and fats. We want to avoid grains. We want to avoid fat-free and skimmed dairy and all those vegetable seed oils that I've mentioned, such as canola oil, corn oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, soybean oil, etc. Okay, get that stuff out of there. Don't eat it. But now in place of that, we want to be eating good animal fats. Okay, the trimmings on a steak. We want to eat, the grease from bacon, butter, okay, tallow, all that sort of stuff, ghee, as well as plant-based oils, avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil. These will not mess up this hormone. Hormone number 8, Cholecystokinin. Okay, this hormone is actually made in the duodenum, which is the first part of the small intestine. It controls your appetite and your hunger, and it turns off your hunger if you get it in the sweet spot. Now, that's the goal of this diet, is we're trying to push all these hormones into the sweet spot. Now, to optimize cholecystokinin, eat a lower carbohydrate diet than you've been eating. So lower than 100 grams per day, but ideally less than 30 to 50 grams. Now, with some people, they'll need to turn the carbohydrate knob down even more, as low as 0. Okay, so some people just, depending on their weight, their metabolic rate, their weight, their metabolic rate, their age, their activity level, their muscle mass, how much lean mass they have on them, they might need to just be eating 0 carbohydrates, at least for a time. And then as we get them more metabolically healthy, we can shift them over to eating more carbohydrates. Okay, another really good tip for optimizing this cholecystokinin hormone is eating plenty of good quality protein. Number 9, last hormone is peptide YY. This hormone is made in the ileum, which is actually the third part of the small intestine, and it's also made in the colon, which is the large intestine. It controls your appetite, and if you get it in the sweet spot, it will turn off your hunger. Now, to optimize this hormone, eat a low-carb diet and more protein and fat. Now, do I sound like a broken record here? I'm sorry, but this is how you burn fat, how you escape from the chronic, severe, debilitating fatigue and hunger. that comes with all these calorie restricting diets. Okay, the key is keeping your protein high and keeping your fat relatively high. Now, obviously, we can play with that with people. We can manipulate that a little bit, but generally, we're going to want to be eating a good ample amount of protein and ample amount of fat. So this simple diet that optimizes all of these hormones and puts them in the sweet spot for burning fat and turning off your hunger is called a ketogenic diet. Okay, some people call it low carb, some people call it Atkins, some people also call it carnivore. But basically, it's full of healthy foods that give you all the nutrition, all the vitamins, all the minerals that you need. You'll feel happy, satiated, and your hunger will be gone, and it's sustainable to do long term. If you remember from the beginning, I mentioned having a diet that is calorie restricted, or is you're eating you're eating small meals frequently. These aren't sustainable over the long term, particularly if your fat calories and your protein amounts are too low. Okay, it's just not sustainable. But when we keep protein high and we keep fat high, it's much more sustainable. It's much more satiating. Okay, I've got other videos that go into more detail on what things to do specifically. However, if you want me to coach you, walk you through it, and set it up for you, don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe and click that notification bell, and remember to select all so that you never miss one of my videos. And as always, if you have ideas for future videos, make sure to comment below, as this helps me to know what videos to create and what you'd like to learn. So keep it locked in here to my channel, and I look forward to coming to you in the next video.